Hi, my name's Carol Mulvihill Ehlers. I'm a member of the board of the Peconic Land Trust, and I'm the granddaughter of Anna and Daniel Mulvihill, for whom this preserve is named. The farmhouse is right here, giant bald eagle nest straight above my head. I am so happy to have the bald eagle here. I think it's the first time we've ever seen one. This property was in the family from about 1923 until about 2005, when the preserve was created with the help of the Peconic Land Trust, the Community Preservation Fund, Southampton Town, and a lot of the upkeep is done by the Southampton Trails Preservation Society. My question today is, how much do you think a bald eagle's nest weighs? I'm sure you picked this. The answer is a ton. So I hope that you'll have a chance to come to this beautiful property. It's loaded with birds, deer, maybe some ticks in the summer. And it's just beautiful woodland full of vernal ponds. And it's located on a very important water recharge area on the Ronkonkoma Moraine. So please come and visit. Tread lightly, take your trash with you, but enjoy. It's a wonderful spot.
Hi, my name's Amanda Abraham. I'm the Director of Development at the Peconic Land Trust. I am standing at the Townsend Memorial Observation Area, which is on the south side of Edwards Farm in Orient. This area is located near a federally encouraged government program that took place in 1946, which encouraged farmers to turn marginalized agricultural land into more productive area. What was this project called? The answer is B, the dike system. Please come visit this beautiful preserve in Orient one day soon.
Hi, I'm Sarah Gordon.
And I'm Stephen Searle. We are former Land Trust employees. We're conservation project managers.
And now we work at Sylvester Manor Educational Farm on Shelter Island.
We're on the Manor's northern peninsula, where in 2009, Eben Fisk Osby, a 10th generation descendant, donated a conservation easement on 22 acres to Peconic Land Trust.
This is a 235-acre remnant of a colonial provisioning plantation that was established in 1652. Near the deepwater harbor of Deering Harbor, on the rich shell fishing of Gardner's Creek, with nearby spring-fed freshwater ponds that made this an ideal location for human habitation.
These are ancestral lands, rich with archaeological artifacts of indigenous people who lived here for millennia before the Europeans. Their name for this place translates into island sheltered by islands.
What is the name of the indigenous people of Shelter Island?
The answer is B, the Manhansett.
Visitors are welcome at Sylvester Manor 7 days a week, dawn to dusk. We hope to see you here.
Hi, I'm Matt Swain, Peconic Land Trust Director of Stewardship, and I'm standing here at Widow's Hole Preserve in Greenport. This preserve was donated to us in 2012 by ExxonMobil. Prior to that, it was a excess property by the corporation, and it operated from the 30s until 1980 as a petroleum storage facility. Widow's Hole Preserve is 2.4 acres and it sits on Peconic Bay. We have plans here to continuously develop a living shoreline, which is a more natural shoreline to control erosion in the area, and also to restore this upland area and manage invasive species. Right here you can see a common invasive species on the east end of Long Island that was introduced from Asia in the 1830s. The real moment in time where this got out of hand was in the 1940s to the 1970s, where this plant was sold by the soil conservation districts. It was viewed as a hardy plant that was disease, drought, and insect resistant. And you can identify it by its kind of sprawling branches and metallic underleaf. Can you name this invasive shrub? The answer is A, autumn olive. To learn more about Widow's Hole Preserve and the history of this land, visit our website and view our story map of Widow's Hole Preserve.
Hi everybody, I'm Ed Krug. I'm chair of the Peconic Land Trust Board, and I am here on the Northwest Trail at Wilson's Grove in East Hampton. Wilson's Grove was a very generous gift from Marilyn Wilson back in 2008, and is 45 acres of really magnificent oaks and large white pines. And the path that we're standing on was actually blazed by Marilyn. She helped blaze it years ago, and it is part of the Peconic path. So my question to you is, how long is the Peconic path? And for extra credit, where does it go from and where does it end up? Okay, everyone, so the answer to the question is the Peconic Path is 125 meandering miles starting at Rocky Point and ending up in Montauk. So please come hike it and come visit Wilson's Grove.
Hi, I'm Louise Harrison. I'm a conservation biologist. I live not too far from here, and I was really interested in this parcel that the Peconic Land Trust was also interested in. Did you know that it's got a freshwater wetland on it? You can see the water today, but when I first saw this parcel, there was no water. In New York State, you can identify freshwater wetlands by their vegetation. You don't have to have water standing on the parcel. And so as a biologist, I was able to visit the parcel and see that there were quite a few freshwater wetland plant species there. That was really interesting to me. But what's even more interesting to me is coming back here in the springtime when the water level is high. And now you can even see that there's standing water. It's not there year round, but the soil stays saturated enough that the plant life is specific to freshwater wetlands. And if you drive down Soundview Avenue from Southold to Peconic, you'll be going in and out of a number of freshwater wetlands that appear in pockets. They're old dune blowouts, from an ancient dune system. You can drive right through on the road and see plenty of freshwater wetlands. Do you know what one of the most obvious freshwater wetland plant species is as you drive down Soundview Avenue? The answer is sweet pepper bush, Clethra alnifolia. And if you don't see it in the spring, you'll see it in the midsummer when it's got fragrant white blossoms. So take a trip down Soundview Avenue and look for sweet pepper bush.
Hi, my name is Bridget Michelli Martinez, and I am the Special Events and Design Manager at Peconic Land Trust. Presently, I'm visiting McCall Wines in Quogue, one of the conserved vineyards and farms on the eastern end of Long Island. In 1996, the McCall family partnered with the Peconic Land Trust to conserve over 200 acres from a proposed condominium development. Using multiple conservation tools, this land will now be protected for future generations. The first grapes on Long Island were planted in 1973, not too far from here, also in Quogue, by Alex and Louisa Hargrave. They were both new to farming, but had a shared love of wine. They received advice to admire large estates but plant a small one. And as a result, they planted 66 acres of Vitis vinifera, or European varietals. Since its fairly recent and humble beginning, the wine industry on Long Island has expanded quite a bit. How many acres are now presently under vine on Long Island? And the answer is D. 2,041 acres are now planted with vines on Long Island.
Hi, I'm Jessie McSwain Marcus, and we're here at Andrew Saban Preserve, also known as Tanger Preserve. It's located between Tanger 2 and Tanger 3 at the Tanger Outlet Center in Riverhead. This woodlands and wetlands hosts a variety of flora and fauna, some of which are on the New York State Endangered Species list. What species of amphibian was discovered to be living here during the construction of the Tanger Outlet Mall? And the answer is D, the tiger salamander, which is on the New York State list of endangered species and is protected by environmental law.
Hi, I'm Rick Bogish, Director of Bridge Gardens in Bridgehampton. We get many visitors during the year, and with 5 acres, there's a lot to see. Here is your question. What area of the gardens gets the most visitors? The answer is B, white pine and picnic tables.
Hello, I'm Hattie Drescher. I'm a member of the Peconic Land Trust Board, and I'm standing in one of my favorite places in the whole East End. The eastern red cedar is a native species that is actually a member of the juniper family and is dioecious. This means that some trees are female and some are male. The male trees have pollen-producing flowers, and the female trees have berries. What color is this familiar berry that is a favorite food of many of our feathered friends? The answer is C, blue. The juniper berries of the eastern red cedar are technically cones with fleshy blue scales and a white waxy cover, giving them an overall sky blue color. They are not only a favorite snack of many birds, but they also provide much needed nutrition during the winter months. Come see our eastern red cedars at Bridge Garden.
Hi, I'm Julie Wisnowski, a project manager at the Peconic Land Trust. I'm standing here next to a field planted in potatoes. Potato farming on Long Island reached its height soon after World War II. By the late 1940s, there were 1,000 farmers and over 70,000 acres of potatoes on Long Island. At that time, 80% of all the farming on Long Island was comprised of potatoes. The potato is one of the original superfoods. It's high in vitamin C, vitamin B6, and potassium. Because of this, it was the first food brought and grown in space. In what year did the incredible edible spud blast out of the Earth's atmosphere? The answer is B, 1995.
Hi, I'm Kim Cordy, the Director of Conservation Planning here at Peconic Land Trust, and I'm here today at our Georgica Pond Preserve, which will be seeing a lot of activity in the next couple of weeks as we are demolishing the structure here, formerly known as the Il Molino restaurant. We'll also be restoring this property back to its natural state with native plantings. We're going to revitalize the shoreline in an effort to mitigate nitrogen loading and other pollutants into the pond. We've been working with Cornell Cooperative to study the bacteria and then the contaminants in the pond to try and develop some sort of mitigation so we can protect the natural wildlife that's so sensitive here to this area. The waters of Georgica Pond are of brackish quality due to the underground freshwater springs and the proximity to the Atlantic Ocean, which is just to the south of the pond. It hosts a very sensitive ecosystem of grass shrimp, snapping turtles, American eel, and piping plover, to name a few. What is Georgica Pond's most famous crustacean resident? And the answer is B, the blue crab. But be sure to visit us at peconiclandtrust.org and follow our progress as we restore the Georgica Pond Preserve to its natural state. And now for a bonus question. What is the name of the famous swan who ferociously protected Georgica Pond? And the answer is D, Fred.
Hi everyone, I'm Yvette DeBose Salcedo, and I'm standing here at Munn Park on Meadow Lane in Southampton Village. Between the mid-1980s and the early 2000s, the Peconic Land Trust worked with landowners, the town of Southampton, and the village of Southampton on the conservation of over 8 acres of land here just west of where I'm standing. This beautiful stretch of land, also known as Dune Road, sits between the Atlantic Ocean and Shinnecock Bay. It is a great place to come for a bike ride, a little walk, or even to kayak out onto the bay to take in the beautiful habitat for native wildlife, including horseshoe crabs and owls, including snowy owls. But equally as important is a habitat for monarch butterflies during their season. The seaside goldenrod that grows along here in this stretch on Meadow Lane is an important food source for the monarch butterflies, especially for the generation of monarchs that will make the 3,000-mile trek down to Mexico come the fall. And my question, did you know that there were multiple generations of monarchs that are here in the season? The first are the offspring of the monarchs that make the return back here in the spring, and the last are the monarchs that make the trip back south in the fall. Which generation of monarchs are the fall travelers? If you answered C, fourth generation, you are correct. There are 4 generations of monarch butterflies. The 4th generation, which flies down to Mexico and hibernates, comes awake in February and March, finds a mate, and then makes its way back up here to the northeast, where they lay their eggs in milkweed, and then the whole process begins again. So when you plan your garden, think about the monarch butterfly.
Hi, my name's Dan Heston, and I'm the Director of Agricultural Programs. We are here at the Agricultural Center in Southold. This property is 23.5 acres that was bought in 2008, and for the purpose of using it for our Farms for the Future program. The Farms for the Future program is a 5-year program where we get new farmers started farming. We acquired this property in 2008 with the idea of not only conserving the farmland, but preserving the business of farming. So we came up with this idea to get farmers started on 1 acre for 1 year for up to 5 years. So we divided this property into 1 acre parcels with buffers in between, and every farmer that starts here gets 1 acre for 1 year. One of the benefits to the farmers that are in the program is that we provide advice, only if they want it, of course. And another benefit of that is we get to learn along the way too. So each of the Farms for the Future fields are divided up with 75-foot buffers in between. With these buffers, we get to try different types of cover crops. So we've ended up teaming with Cornell to do some cover crop trials. So we've grown everything from buckwheat to sorghum to clover to alfalfa to winter rye to winter wheat, and we do trials every year. What benefits do cover crops provide? The answer is D, all the above. If you'd like to learn more about our Farms to the Future program, please visit our website, peconiclandtrust.org.
Hi, I'm Julia King, the Marketing and Communications Assistant at the Peconic Land Trust. Today I'm standing in the Wolf Preserve in Southold. This preserve is home to two different trail loops, the Western and Eastern Trail Loops. Right now we're on the Western Loop, but the Eastern Loop was recently renovated with accessibility features. From both trails you can see the wetlands behind me. These wetlands are home for amphibian creatures for their breeding grounds. Do you know what we call these wetlands? The answer is C, vernal pools. We hope you come visit the Wolf Preserve soon and see them.
Hi, I'm Mike Bettini. I'm at the Peconic Land Trust's Silver Beach Preserve in Amagansett, and I'm standing next to one of the largest American chestnut trees on Long Island. And if you notice, most of the tree, I think it's pretty much all dead up into the canopy from the ground here, with the exception of these shoots that are coming up from the root collar. So can you tell me what happened to this tree, as is happening to most of the American chestnuts in its range in North America? If you guessed a non-native fungal attack, you are right.
Hi, I'm Leighton Gunther. I'm the director of Quail Hill Farm here in Amagansett. And for 32 years, we've been running a very active CSA farm where we grow over 500 varieties of vegetables and flowers and herbs for our CSA members and for restaurant partners in our farmers market. You're in our greenhouse right now, where we start almost all of the crops that we plant out over the 35 acres that we grow here in Amagansett. And in this greenhouse right now, we've got a lot of different crops that are going to be filling our fields in the next few weeks to fill us up with summer produce. And one of my favorite crops is right next to us here. So my question for you is, what is this? The answer is C, tomato. And this variety is actually called Crimson Sprinter, which is a determinate, meaning very short, very early, very prolific variety that we got from our friends High Mowing Seeds up in Vermont. Crimson Sprinter is a round, red, very delicious tomato, great in sauces, and like I said, very early. And it's one of more than 30 varieties that we grow here at Quail Hill. We also grow your classic red slicing tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, paste tomatoes. And we hope you come visit us at Quail Hill over the summer and try some out.
Hi, I'm Kathy Kennedy, and I am the Trust's Senior Manager of Outreach. I'm standing on a boardwalk in Quogue that stretches all the way to the bay, Shinnecock Bay. This preserve is about 65 acres of protected land by the village of Quogue, the town of Southampton, and Suffolk County working together, and the Trust facilitated 4 of these projects. The preserve hosts a variety of animals and plants, from migrating monarch butterflies and eastern red cedar to beech heather and goldenrod. Do you know the kind of bird that returns to its nest in the reeds at the end of the day? The answer is B, red-winged blackbird.
Hi, my name is Brendan Minogue. I'm a stewardship manager here at the Peconic Land Trust. We're currently standing at the Agricultural Center here in Southold, which is a 23-acre farm property that was acquired by the trust in 2008. So right now we're standing in one of our 3 community garden areas here at the farm, which includes the demonstration garden, which we're working on improving. Our demonstration garden provides instruction on different farming methods and ways to grow your own food. One method we'll be demonstrating is companion planting, where you plant multiple crops together for their beneficial characteristics. Native Americans used to use companion planting by planting corn, beans, and squash together. What is the name of this trio? The answer is C, the 3 sisters. We hope to see you here at the Ag Center soon.
I'm Holly Sanford, a project manager at the Peconic Land Trust, and we're in front of the Lieutenant Moses Case house. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about this project, so listen closely because I got some questions. This double Cape Cod design is very reflective of the colonial era in which many of the Southold Village homes were constructed. It's not only important to the town's heritage because of the architectural design, but also to the first occupant of this house, Lieutenant Moses Case, Revolutionary War patriot. Born in 1723, Moses Case was one of 12 children. He served in the local militia as well as the Revolutionary War. Upon his death at the age of 91, he was buried in the First Presbyterian Church graveyard here in Southold. The house itself was donated to the trust and moved to Hortons Lane. Longtime trust supporters, Tom and Ann Hubbard, donated the protected farmland on which the house is now situated. The home is being restored and renovated with the intention of housing a local farming family. Question: what year was Lieutenant Moses Case house built? The answer is B, 1747. That's approximately 30 years before the start of the American Revolutionary War. And here's a bonus question. This house reflects what style and era of American architecture? The answer is C, double Cape Cod colonial. In comparison to the more modest half Cape and 3/4 Cape, this double Cape design is considered rather luxurious. So that leads us to believe that Lieutenant Moses Case was very prosperous as one of the first settlers here in Southold. If you'd like to view the Lieutenant Moses Case house, you can come by on Hortons Lane, west of the Agricultural Center in Southold.
Hi everyone, I'm Allison Delaney and I'm the Development Officer of the Peconic Land Trust. And today I'm coming to you from the North Fork in Cutchogue at Peconic Escargot, where snail farmers Taylor and Caitlin Knapp are raising petite grease snails for escargot. The Knapps lease land from us as part of our leasing program under our Farms for the Future initiative, which provides accessible farmland leasing options to food production farmers. We accept all different kinds of farmers in our food production leasing program, but they are the only snail farmers. So with that said, today's trivia question is, what is a group of snails called? Perhaps unsurprisingly, the answer is a walk. A group of snails is called a walk. Happy Peconic!